welcome to Nozawa Onsen. Many people did crazy things during the pandemic. Some learned to bake bread, some people hoarded toilet paper. We bought a house. This interesting concoction, amalgamation of 1860s, 1870s, and 1970s construction, is our beautiful Kominka, otherwise known as the House of the People. So what we have here is a house which I purchased on the IKEA bank, otherwise known as the empty or vacant house banks. The old lady who had lived here previously had passed away, and so we had decided to take it on. And when you take on a building like that, you take on everything that comes with it. You take on the responsibilities within the village, you take on the personal effects, and you take on, all the garbage, everything nice and good. So far, the welcoming in the village has been absolutely fantastic. So here we go, we're coming in through the entranceway known as the Genkan. So the Genkan is the separation between outside and inside. There is never a question in a Japanese house. You always take your shoes off. So usually there are shoes for outside, and then there are shoes for inside. Coming through into the house, we're separated by the old and the new, the beautiful wallpapering of 79, and then beautiful clay and straw chuchikabe walls, which are the traditional walls on the old part of the house. This here was the initial living room of the lady who used to live here, and in the winter she would just close up in here, just heat this one room to make sure it stayed nice and warm, probably did all the cooking. There's TV, a bed, that's about it. So this room, which will soon probably become either our library or an office, was the living area for a good 3 or 4 months. Coming into the old part of the house, the beautiful part, the really enjoyable part, we have a family shrine, and just a bunch of effects. This is an 18 tatami room, so all rooms in Japan are determined by the number of tatami mats are on their floor. So they are 3 feet by 6 feet long, or otherwise about 1.3 square meters. So an 18 tatami square room, for comparison, is about 30 square meters or 350 square feet. This is the new beauty, which is one of the principal reasons why I made sure to make this journey over here. And it's a Hitachi 18 tatami heat pump, which heats when it's cold and cools when it's hot. So it's a pretty fun little, pretty good investment. And it's situated where it is in the center of the house, thinking that, okay, so if we're in the kitchen and we want a bit of heat, we just open those sliding doors. If we're in this secondary office room, or whatever that room is to become, we just open those sliding doors, and so we heat here, and then it bleeds through the house how we determine. And then at the same time, what we can do is we can close these nice, big, beautiful wooden sliding doors, which just slide perfectly even after 150 years. And then we can close off areas we don't want to heat. Coming in here is the second interior room. It's an 8 tatami room. We have the song, local song of from the region written out here, as well as the history of the region, which is the history of Hirabayashi or Nozawa Onsen. A few of the details which I absolutely love are these hand-carved, I forget the name of them, but yeah, they're hand-carved wood dividers that go between the building, and here you can see the really strong, still 150-year-old beams that, you don't find trees like that apparently anymore. Like, apparently one of these beams is now about the quarter of the price of the house, which I paid for it. Again, the kabe wall, and when you tap it like that, that's actually called kabedon. So yeah, it's mud and woven straw. Coming through, beautiful sliding wood window shutters, some local art which the family was kind enough to leave, as well as the family shrine. It's all wood with gold plated and lacquer exterior. Apparently, to commission one of these new would be the same price as I paid for the house, so that's pretty spectacular. I did also find the war medals of the father of the woman who used to live here, and It's the story of him. He was born in 1870 and he died on July 2nd in Saipan, the Battle of Saipan. But yes, he was given the 7th Legion of Honor medal, as well as the Great East Asia War medal, which is the equivalent of the 39 to 45. It's their World War II medal. Coming through, we have a very small room right here. As I said, with an IKEA bank, you get all the good and the bad. You get whatever the family who had lived here before didn't want to take with them. So some of the things like beautiful old Tsubo furnishings, such as this, all wood furnishings. Yeah, it's quite old. I don't know exactly how old. But you also get all the crap as well. I'm going to open up this secret gate, which we found only when we wanted to install our heat pump. So here's our heat pump duct, and what we have found is a room in part of the mid 1800s construction style with the old beams, straw roof, and yeah, it's got a bunch of stuff up there. I've gone up a couple times. It has old rice cookers, but it also has a gramophone, which missing pieces, but boxes of gramophone records. So I think it's going to be a bit of a treasure hunt as we go through. Coming into the kitchen, this was the bane of my existence for probably 2 days. The garbage and furniture was just stacked up, at least my height. I think I got rid of probably 4 boxes of plates and glassware. I still have sets of 20 to 30 pieces, but there was 3 or 4 or 5 sets, so I got rid of those. Nice stainless steel countertop, working microwave and fridge, really beautiful. I've tried to keep it as minimalist as possible. I brought my skateboard with me to Japan, and I'll probably post a video about that, but I brought it not knowing that it's actually illegal to skateboard in the streets of Japan. So it's amazing how many medals the Japanese won at the last Olympics here, given that it's practically an illegal sport then. Coming through, we have a pantry room. I am obviously not fit for height. Maybe we turn it into a ballroom for the kids. Who knows? We'll see. We got some more beautiful Tsubo classical furniture, and then that's pretty much it. A little pantry room. One of the interesting things is I will have access under the house here, so I need to go down and check on the moisture and that kind of stuff, remove some of these tatami mats, so this might be a redo of a room, but we're going to see. Coming back out in the kitchen, I will hit my head, as I always do on that beam, and we'll go back out. We have the entranceway over to here where we came in, the Genkan, and then we have the first room over here where I slept for the first 2 weeks or so. Coming through downstairs, we have 2 little storage rooms, again, clay, earthen walls. This is the miso room. So the miso room, there was a bunch of shelves, miso weights, miso jars, and there's actually even some old miso paste made by the lady who used to live here. So it's probably 3 or 4 years old. I don't know if I'm going to try it. Maybe one day I'll get daring enough to actually open it, see how funky it is, but could be amazing. Who knows? We have a machine room in here. We have a kerosene-fed heat melt system. So this goes on to the newer part of the house, the 50-year-old part, and it melts the snow through the winter, so it's always giving off heat while we're there. I haven't turned it on yet because it's still summer here, but we'll see. Otherwise, a bunch of storage. And now one of the fun places. The world's smallest sink. Your own personal urinal, a rolling door, and of course, what would it be without a Japanese toilet with the proper washlets and temperatures and songs to go along with that? I think in time we're going to probably knock down a couple of these walls, create a proper bathroom concept of one room instead of having multiple rooms. We're coming through the washing up room into the glorious, absolutely glorious, black and white tiled bathroom. It's got a tub big enough for me, maybe when I was about 5 years old, right here. But it's also got one of the coolest retro lights I think I've ever seen. So, I initially thought this would be one of the very first things that I'd want to demolish, the beautiful black and white tile, but it's actually really grown on me. The after-work shower, the retro light, everything about this. Just sitting down and being in this funky environment, I don't know. Maybe it's going to come back. Maybe it's a style statement. Who knows? But I actually kind of really love it. Anyways, that's it for the downstairs. I'm just going to carry you with me. Time to go upstairs. We have more of this absolutely lovely. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful wallpaper. Not so beautiful. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to clean and get ready. But it still has a lot of potential, and it's okay for the foreseeable future. I have a drying area out front, which was covered in those plastic sheets, which will be removed. And then going in, we're going to see bedroom number 1. We have, this was all storage, and there was a full closet of plastic ornamental flowers, which very gladly went to the dump. But yeah, so we've turned this into an actual bedroom with a bed. We're going to eventually paint the walls, get rid of the goose poop coloring, cacatois. And what we're going to do is, convert this into a room. I'm not sure who for, whether it'll be mine or the kids. Anyways, here we are back. We're back in the backyard looking out. That's the view we get. We have the barn, which has been done. And then actually demolishing it really opens up our view, and we see the hills full of deer and bear. We have the local cemetery right there, and then it's just high agricultural yielding land. It's beautiful. Here you see it is steel roof, so all the snow just runs right off of that during the winter. I'll close this up for the bugs, and here we go. Any last views? Yeah, we found a lot of livestock here as well. There's a stuffed turtle, there's a stuffed lizard, a lot of random finds coming through. We have kind of a walk-in closet, second bathroom, and then this is the main room with the very funky ceiling, a very nice cylindrical design. The only issue is the sun wakes up too early and I want to sleep in. So I don't know if I'm going to be sleeping here. Another heat pump AC heater, and otherwise it's just been set up. Kerosene heat, again, allowing for local heating of a specific room as opposed to, say, a central heating which would heat a whole house. It's very traditional in the Japanese mindset that, yeah, you heat for what you need. It's not necessarily that you heat a whole house and waste the heating throughout the house. Coming through this little mysterious door, besides for the effects which I haven't been able to store away, such as the turtle and lizard, here is a step from 1970 into 1870 again. Wood pin construction, not a single nail in the old house. And this room has a lot of potential for something fun, whether it's converted into another bedroom, whether it's a lounge, just seating area, movie area, who knows. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tour.